From real-life celebrities to Hollywood to your hometown, this is Celebrity Page TV. We're keeping you informed on everything happening in the world of entertainment. I'm Sonia Isabel, still coming to you from our New York City newsroom. The rest of our crew is safe and working remotely.
Yeah, Sonia, that's exactly what I'm doing as well, working here safely at home, feeling very fortunate that we are still able to deliver a great show. Here's what's on today's episode.
The Fab Four are no more again. We're saying goodbye for the second time to Will and Grace and Jack and Karen.
Also, it's a move being called unprecedented by royal watchers. What Harry and Meghan just did that's shaking up the British media.
Plus, we're chatting with two of Hollywood's rising stars about working with Tyler Perry and fighting the good fight.
We're so glad you're with us, so let's kick things off with the Hollywood Wrap.
Now you can't always get what you want.
Lady Gaga got what she wanted. Her star-studded One World Together at Home concert has now raised over $128 million. The money will help healthcare workers and coronavirus relief efforts around the world.
I pray you'll be alright.
Celine Dion was among those joining Gaga for the fundraiser. Now she's teaming up with her fellow Canadian celebrities for another event. The show is being called Stronger Together. It will be shown across Canada on April 26th to raise money for frontline workers. Among those expected to take part, Sarah McLachlan, Bryan Adams, and Howie Mandel.
100% of the profits will go to charities.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are also doing their part during this crisis. They've started a vineyard called Quarantine Wines. 100% of the profits will help those impacted by the pandemic, including small business owners and those struggling to afford food.
We should do a check on the weather. Brad, how's it looking out there?
Looks, pretty good. Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
And John Krasinski's YouTube series continuing to be must-watch every week. His Some Good News not only getting Brad Pitt to give a weather report and a special appearance from his Office co-star Rainn Wilson, but he even hosted a virtual prom for high school kids who won't have one this year.
Prom 2020! Woo!
Yes, that's Chance the Rapper helping provide music for the prom, and he wasn't the only one. Jonas Brothers and Billie Eilish also stopped by. The superstars performing songs for students to dance to in their homes, helping ease some of the disappointment of missing out on their proms. And that's today's Hollywood Wrap.
We could say it's deja vu over at NBC because the show Will and Grace is saying goodbye again. The comedy that originally went off the air in 2006 then came back in 2017, and it's now going away for perhaps the final time. And we're taking one more look back at the trailblazing series.
We are sitting in the set of Will and Grace during our very last season, and we mean it this time.
The second time is the charm for Deborah Messing, Eric McCormick, Megan Mullally, and Sean Hayes. After 3 reboot seasons, Will and Grace is wrapping up again.
What are you doing?
I'm in bed.
Come over.
Well, I can't.
Come on, Grace. You know you want to.
The show first debuted back in 1998 and ran for 8 seasons, won Emmys for all 4 of its stars, took home Best Comedy Series, and helped change the landscape in America for the LGBTQ community.
Jack, you're voting for Hillary, right?
Of course he is. Don't pigeonhole me. Not all gays think alike.
Then in 2016, something magical happened. The cast reuniting for the first time in years to make this video supporting Hillary Clinton. It got so many views on YouTube, NBC decided to bring it back for a reboot. Frequent guest star and current social media sensation Leslie Jordan marveling with BJ Koros of Shout Out for a Cause at just how good everyone looked.
Now, I'm fat. I look like my water's about to break. The 4 of them look exactly the same. Of course, I don't have their money.
But after 3 bonus seasons, the cast now ready to say farewell again.
I think that this time these 4 characters are being sent off in a way that is really gratifying and satisfying.
In some ways, it's harder to say goodbye this time. I think because the first time we did 8 seasons, we were young and full of ourselves, and we'd done lots, and it's time to move on. And I think now I certainly know for me, I have a greater appreciation of how great a job this is.
And then there's something that's just unnameable. There's some kind of alchemy or some kind of energy or charisma between the 4 of us as people.
Because we're ending, so goes the ending of of the message that we specifically provided. Hopefully someone else will. The baton was passed to us. We twirled it a little bit, and now we're going to pass the baton on to other people.
And so we say so long to Will, Grace, Jack, and Karen. Who knows? Maybe we'll see them again a few years down the road.
Still stuck inside and feel like you're running out of shows to watch? Well, allow me to suggest 3 shows you might not have gotten into yet that you totally should. It's this week's James List. First up, Tracy Morgan in The Last OG, playing an ex-con, returning back home to Brooklyn and living with his mom.
Mom, where you find this clown? We met at church. I was craving some hot wings until I saw them thighs. I wanted a whole bucket.
Yeah, that alone is enough for a great TV show, but then add in Tiffany Haddish playing his ex.
We're moving to New Jersey. What?
And a whole slew of guest stars this season, from J.B. Smoove to Marla Gibbs to Cat Williams to, yes, even Mike Tyson. It's a show that's not only hilarious, but it's also touching and inspiring. Making it a great time to get into this show if you haven't already. The Last OG is on TBS Tuesday nights. All right, next up, I've been obsessed with Killing Eve since it began, so obviously I'm already hooked on season 3. It's the ultimate cat and mouse drama where literally anything goes. Hello, Eve basically got killed last season.
I am so much happier now she's dead.
But luckily, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Eve is alive.
Okay, so I spoiled it, but hello, there's a season 3, so we kind of knew, right?
Up for a game?
Starring Sandra Oh as the title character who's locked into the most unhealthy relationship ever with a serial killer. It is action-packed, dramatic television goodness. Catch Killing Eve Sunday nights on AMC and BBC America. And finally, I'm loving Edie Falco starring as LA's first female police chief.
How do I look?
You look like the chief of police.
The show, it's CBS's Tommy, with Falco playing Tommy of the NYPD, whose career takes a hit after breaking her boss's nose. Spoiler alert, he had it coming. She then heads to LA to take over as chief of police, and oh, does she take over?
Attention! Okay, guys, we're not going to do that all the time or you're all going to need knee replacements.
The show taking on hot-button issues and doing it with a lot of heart.
I'm Abigail Thomas. You can call me Tommy. We're going to defuse that bomb out there so everybody gets home safe.
Tommy airs Thursday nights on CBS.
All right, now we're checking in with Ranker.com to learn more about Showtime's Penny Dreadful City of Angels and what else is watchworthy.
Penny Dreadful fans are rejoicing this week as the premiere of a new spin-off, City of Angels, is set for April 26th on Showtime. City of Angels features a new cast of characters and fast-forwards from the original show's Victorian London to 1930s Los Angeles, where a cop's investigation of a grisly murder forces him to confront the presence of Satan and the occult. We've got some shows that Watchworthy says Penny Dreadful fans are statistically more likely to enjoy binging while they wait for new episodes in this spin-off series to drop. Watchworthy suggests Hannibal, the NBC prequel to Silence of the Lambs, featuring Mad Nicholson as the lead character and Lawrence Fishburne as the homicide detective. The show follows the efforts of Dr. Hannibal Lecter to corrupt a young detective who uses his own homicidal tendencies to track and catch serial killers. It's all easy to binge through Amazon Prime Video. If you like your horror with a good mix of realism and supernaturalism, Watchworthy recommends The Strain. Those who love Penny Dreadful's dark but imaginative aesthetic will love the tone set by The Strain's creator, Guillermo del Toro. And if City of Angels is up your alley, Watchworthy says you won't want to miss American Horror Story. The show's first season is similarly focused on the surprisingly horrific history of Los Angeles. American Horror Story is scary, but its biggest appeal to Penny Dreadful fans will likely be its love of camp and kish. Start from any season you like, as each of them puts the series regulars in a new story. That's it for us for this week. You can get way more recommendations for shows personalized to your specific taste on the Watchworthy app. Download it today, and in just 30 seconds, we'll have a whole list of shows you're bound to love binging.
Still to come on Celebrity Page TV, Harry and Meghan finding a new way to shock the UK. The power move they just made that has the royal media crying foul.
With coronavirus spreading, people at higher risk must take extra precautions. You are at higher risk if you're over 65, or if you have an underlying medical condition like heart disease, chronic lung disease, diabetes, or if your immune system is compromised for any reason. If you're at higher risk, stay 6 feet or 2 arm lengths away from others. Better yet, stay home if you can. The choices you make are critical. Please visit coronavirus.gov for more information.
On the next Celebrity Page TV, a behind-the-scenes look at Chris Hemsworth's new film, Extraction. Plus, the Sandwich King, Jeff Morrow. Big stars, big Hollywood. Celebrity Page TV. Welcome back to Celebrity Page TV. I'm Sonia Isabel, and it's time now for today's dish.
These creatures are so majestic, and at the same time, they are so sensitive and so connected.
That's Meghan Markle giving a rare interview talking about her newest film project, the Elephant documentary on Disney+. Meghan and Harry also stepping out in their new home of Los Angeles to deliver meals to the needy. If that weren't enough, the former royal couple also sending an unprecedented letter to British tabloids telling the papers they will no longer cooperate with them because of their distorted, false, or invasive stories.
You love diners, drive-ins, and dives. How about come be a member of the team? How about join Flavortown?
As Guy Fieri joins the All-In Challenge to raise money for coronavirus relief, he's also hosting a special virtual edition of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. On April 24th, the Food Network host will chat from home with some of the restaurant owners he's featured over the years to see how they're holding up during the pandemic.
I don't know if I can change the world. I know I can change my world.
There's tons of new TV and streaming options, including a new docu-series on Apple TV Plus that will give you serious quarantine envy. Homes showing some of the most innovative houses from around the world. You can also hang out at home with Walking Dead star Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's hosting a show called Friday Night In with the Morgans on AMC. Rashida Jones is starring in the new Netflix comedy #BlackAF. Also on Netflix, Ricky Gervais returns for season 2 of his series Afterlife. But if you're looking for some reality drama, Growing Up Hip Hop is back for a new season on WeTV. Something for everyone to keep us busy during self-isolation. And that's today's dish.
He's one of the busiest young actors in Hollywood, and now Jamie Calica is teaming up with the one and only Tyler Perry on the new series Ruthless. And today we're talking with Jamie one-on-one.
You were all chosen. BET Plus rolling out new shows on the streaming platform, including the thrilling drama Ruthless.
Episode 1, out of the gate, it's excitement and it's dramatic and it's scary and it's heavy.
Tyler Perry creating the series and exploring a new genre.
It'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It'll have your mind wrapped around it. It's really, really intense and really insane. I really like it. I love it, as a matter of fact. I keep watching it over and over again, and I think you're going to love it too, because this is really, really different for me.
Are all these women missing?
Jamie playing an FBI agent trying to save a family from a religious cult.
But then we lose contact with him. So we don't know if he's turned or if he's still with us, but is so deep cover that he's not able to communicate with the FBI on the outside.
Ruthless is streaming now on BET Plus.
What's going on up there?
The Jamie's also entertaining the kids.
Are you done packing for magic school yet?
Jamie starring in the upcoming Disney Channel movie Upside Down Magic.
My character's name is Augustus, and I played the father to Nori. As a little girl, she discovers that she has magic powers.
Jamie hoping the movie, based off the children's book, creates a fun adventure for families.
You get to see Augustus in these really sweet, endearing moments with his daughter, both when she's discovering that she has these magical powers and then when he goes to take her off to magic school.
Coming back!
The magical story premieres this summer on Disney Channel.
Reels continues the brand new season of Breaking the Band with Journey. Here's your first look.
I did have a very special relationship with Greg and Neil, and we wanted to have that same depth of relationship with Steve Perry. And we never got it. And it wasn't because of what we did or how we behaved.
Steve Perry has all kinds of feelings of inadequacy.
Whether it's insecurity or whether it's control, to kind of look at it from Steve's perspective, he very much, I think, never felt secure within the band.
Steve Perry was trying to come between me and the other band members. Mostly I thought me and Neil, but I guess me and Greg too.
Greg Raleigh decided that life's too short to put up with these guys anymore.
He told me I'm going to leave the band. I've had enough. I think Greg had problems with the direction of the band. I begged him not to do that. He was my guy. I was devastated, absolutely devastated. And I said, how am I going to fill your shoes?
There was a lot of bitterness where there should have been extraordinary happiness. They were successful. Their dreams were coming true. They were rocking, but everybody was angst-ridden.
And as the angst turns to anger, the band is a powder keg waiting to explode.
We'll be watching for more on Steve Perry and what really happened to Journey on Breaking the Band Sunday night on Reels. Time for more hot headlines in the Celebrity Page feed. Another major event is being postponed in Las Vegas. The 51st World Series of Poker was supposed to start in May, but is now on hold until the fall. The History Channel is doing its part to help students who are now homeschooling. Each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m., they'll host History at Home with special lessons hosted by celebrities on their digital and social media platforms. Dive deeper into the top entertainment stories by subscribing to our Celebrity Page YouTube channel.
The world is talking about coronavirus, but it's hard to know what to listen to. We have answers to your questions, like who's most at risk for coronavirus? People over 65. People with underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease, asthma, diabetes. People undergoing cancer treatment, and people with weakened immune systems. What should you do if you or a loved one is at higher risk? Avoid close contact with people. Avoid crowds. Stay home if you can. Wash your hands frequently. Learn more ways to protect yourself and others at coronavirus.gov. Together, we can help stop the spread.
Welcome back to Celebrity Page TV. The hit legal drama The Good Fight is back for a new season, and our Hollywood insider Arthur Cade is talking with one of the stars of the show.
First of all, congratulations. The Good Fight is back, one of the best shows on TV. What trouble are all of you guys getting into, especially Christine Baranski?
Well, the trouble that we're all getting into is the fact that we have to deal with secrets and conspiracies, and we have this overlord now, in quotations, of course, of a company that has bought us, having lost our biggest client, Shumhum. It's a lot about secrets and lies, secrets and lies.
We all should be subject to the same justice. If it doesn't work that way, then it's over. We're done.
What's been the fan response, and has it kind of blown you away how much people have taken to this show?
It's been amazing as far as people who have done themselves a favor and watched our show have just been floored by not only the quality of the show, but also the fact that it's as good as its predecessor.
The Good Fight's predecessor, of course, being former CBS hit The Good Wife.
I'm kicking butt.
You know you're running a firm here, not a children's game.
Niambi telling me about his initial thoughts on the acclaimed show.
With The Good Wife, I only saw the very first episode when it first came out. But I knew it was a great show, but I just, because I was in grad school at the time, I didn't have a chance to watch the show. So when The Good Fight happened, I was like, oh yeah, this is a spin-off of The Good Wife. I actually like that show. But now since I've watched all of The Good Wife, it's an amazing show.
You can catch The Good Fight Thursdays on CBS All Access. For Celebrity Page, I'm Arthur Cade.
They're one of the most influential hip-hop groups in music history, and now the Beastie Boys are the subject of a new documentary. It's today's hot trailer.
Now here's a little story that I got to tell about three bad brothers that you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D.
Beastie Boys' story is a documentary unlike any other. It was actually recorded as a live event with an audience in a theater hosted by the two surviving members of the group. Add in Oscar winner Spike Jonze as the director, and you've got a one-of-a-kind look back at a trailblazing trio.
In the early 80s, everyone in our scene was in a band.
We wanted to be rappers so bad, but we were mediocre at best. Just don't stop. Most rappers hold their rhymes in little pieces of paper, right?
We went from being famous in a 14-block radius to being on tour with Madonna and Rick Rubin.
The shows kept getting bigger and bigger.
We morphed from making fun of Party Bros to actually becoming those dudes.
We were burning out.
I just didn't even recognize the person that I had become at that point.
From the highs and lows of stardom to taking a break to then returning to music, it's all covered, along with emotional memories of the late Adam Yauch.
Yauch, Mike, and I have spent more time with each other than with our own families.
It's not like all of it was easy or highlight-filled, but who gets to work every day with their two best friends?
Beastie Boys' story is streaming now on Apple TV+. When we come back, how far would you go to visit your loved one during quarantine? We're going to new heights for this uplifting story. That's next on Celebrity Page TV.
Queen is just my everything. Right now, I wouldn't know where my life would be without her.
They say chivalry's dead. It's not. Terrence is a gentleman. He opens doors.
His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. It takes me to a place of no hope. It takes me to a place of loneliness. It saddens me. When you discriminate against somebody in housing, where do these people go? Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Welcome back to Celebrity Page TV. Our favorite way to end the show these days is to focus on all the kind and generous things people are doing for each other, even while practicing social distancing. It's time to meet today's real-life celebrities. A taxi driver in Spain has been risking his life to help coronavirus patients. The driver offering free rides to and from the hospital. And now hospital staff showing their appreciation by surprising him with a standing ovation. A 79-year-old nurse is also saving lives. After overcoming her own fight against the coronavirus, Sheila is now helping other patients by donating plasma.
I told my grandkids their grandmother's superpower is she can relax in a recliner and save people. I don't need a cape to fly through the air.
One devoted husband using an innovative way to see his wife.
I didn't care if it was 1 story or 10 stories. Get me in the bucket and lift me up.
The couple of 61 years reuniting with just a window between them. And finally, a healthcare professional and his dog getting a sweet reunion of their own after being separated during quarantine. Doesn't get much cuter than that. Well, it's so important to stay united and keep positive throughout all of this. So we want to thank you for being with us today and know that we're in this together. And we'll continue to be here for you with new episodes and content. For James Vaughn and the entire Celebrity Page team, I'm Sonia Isabel. We'll see you tomorrow.